Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today is the day.
Today's the day!
Update 14.9 has gone live, at least here on the North American server. Funnily enough, like literally the second this video goes up, the servers should be going down for the installation of the update. So while the update is being installed, we're going to sit here together and go over the update notes and talk about what you need to know in order to get the most out of this update. We're going to talk about all the free goodies you can get as part of the U.S. Navy's 250th anniversary event, and of course the continuing festivities going on for the 10th anniversary, and more. So, link to this article will be in the description down below, so you can read along as I read aloud. I will be throwing up any relevant images or artwork as we go through the update, and you can get a free day of premium time just by perusing through the update notes, so I would encourage you to check out the link down there for that. While you are down there, why don't you go ahead and drop a like and leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Especially if you do enjoy the video, please make sure you do those three things before clicking off of it, as that does help out in the algorithm. And if you do, of course, enjoy these news videos, well, subscribe for more. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over the update. The update is titled U.S. Navy's 250th Anniversary. Alright, so, of course, the big event for this update is the Liberty Harbor event. This is the event commemorating the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Navy, and this is the event where we can get to the new Tier 8 Premium American Heavy Cruiser, the Bridgeport, for free. Alright, so of course Liberty Harbor, building Liberty Harbor I should say, is the main thing most of you guys will probably be working on in this update. So let's go ahead and get into that. October 13th marks the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy. To celebrate this historical occasion, we've prepared a special event, Liberty Harbor. You will be able to build a naval base, learn more about the glorious past of the U.S. Navy, and earn themed rewards like new U.S. cruiser Bridgeport, which can be yours for free. In this event, you'll follow a young naval officer who was raised on his father's stories about the great deeds of the United States Navy and experiences as a naval base commander. Upon returning home, this young officer finds the toy naval base he once played with and decides to rebuild it, and while doing so, he remembers the tales and lessons of his father. Okay, building Liberty Harbor. Constructing Liberty Harbor requires the completion of 4 areas. Naval Command lets you access special combat missions for random and ranked battles, as well as brawls. Operational Command lets you take special combat missions for operations, co-op, and temporary battle types. And the Military Port, which allows you to send your ships on expeditions. Expeditions use the ships available on your port. You'll need to dispatch a fleet that meets certain requirements. If a ship is on an expedition, it remains available for use in battles. And the Fuel Terminal, which allows you to take more missions or expeditions in other areas. Completing combat missions and sending your fleet on expeditions will earn you the necessary naval base supplies to build and upgrade the areas. Each area consists of 3 levels that improve its visuals and functionality, plus 10 intermediate stages that increase the income from that area. You're free to construct and upgrade the areas of Liberty Harbor in the order that you prefer. On top of that, you can focus purely on the battle types you prefer. For example, if you enjoy ranked battles the most, you can concentrate on developing naval command and completing missions from that area. Combined with the resources you can get from expeditions, missions from a single area can provide you with enough naval base supplies to fully build Liberty Harbor. Through the event, active players will be able to earn enough naval base supplies to fully build Liberty Harbor for free. Accelerating the process using doubloons is an option. One level costs 2,000 doubloons, while intermediate stages are available for 250 doubloons each. Okay, so that's good. So they do clarify that. Oh, we have some images here looking at the activity. I like the way it looks. You know, this reminds me of oh, it is pretty much like a train set. Looks like I used to do model trains back in the day. That's the cat in the background there. She's probably upset that I let her in here and now she wants out. But anyway, yeah, I like the visuals here. So it's cool that you can basically say, okay, I want to focus on just doing like the temporary events, because we have asymmetrics and blast from the past right now. So if you enjoy those 2 modes, you can just focus on playing those modes to get the supplies you need to complete the harbor, and of course get Bridgeport for free. Now we know that the expeditions work like basically Kenway's fleet from Black Flag. You send your ships out, they're out for a certain amount of time, and you know they bring back supplies, and depending upon what your fleet's made of, how big and how many missions they're going on, that depends on the amount of supplies. that they come back with. Now, of course, this just means they're out for the expedition in the event. They're not out in the game. So, like, you can still take your ships into battle and still, play them like that. So, I do like the way that this sounds. Of course, I will have to get my hands on it later today and, really see what the missions are like and such. But it sounds like it's going to be a fairly simple thing to do. Of course, we still don't have a look at the combat missions just yet, so we could get, just flashbanged by those when the update goes live. But it seems to be that it's relatively simple, relatively straightforward. You can play whatever mode you want and, get your supplies. So if it is that way and it is that case, which Wargaming's been pretty good about that here recently with all the stuff going on for the 10th anniversary, kudos to Wargaming. Again, they've been batting 100 here fairly recently with a little fumble here and there with the voyage code and all that jazz. But yeah. Okay, so more about the rewards you can get out of the event. Building new levels in each area will advance you in the event's progress bar, and each new level will unlock one of the hero's memories, offering stories of the U.S. Navy's exploits and valuable rewards. Among them, you will find new themed items, the Navy 250th Anniversary Flag, U.S. Commander John Barry, the blue, gold, and white permacamo, and the Battle Line of the Pacific permanent camouflage for Montana. The final reward of the event is a new American beauty, Bridgeport. Yes, Bridgeport. That is the ship that has the reload booster that works like the new American smoke screen, where you can use it all at once and have... we're getting Montana's historic camo. Well, the more historic camo, if you will. The camo that you can get on the Iowas that the Iowas had in real life. But yeah, it's got the reload booster that works like, you can use all of it at once. So basically you can have like Des Moines reload on Des Moines guns at tier 8 for a hot minute. So yeah, the ship looks very interesting and I can't wait to get my hands on her. Alright, building each intermediate stage will bring you one Liberty Harbor collection token. Note that the remaining collection tokens can be obtained in exchange for naval base supplies after you finish building Liberty Harbor. For completing the collection, you'll get a seasoned U.S. Commander David Farragut with 10 skill points in the Liberty Harbor achievement. Alright, Farragut's getting added in. That's cool. Wargaming. John Paul Jones. Get him in the game. Alright, on top of that, too, of course, we knew this in advance. They were decorating some of the ports for the anniversary. It looks like they are giving the Hawaii port a facelift that's very American and very patriotic. And, of course, we are getting the ocean touch-up where you've got a huge fleet. This is really cool. I really like that they did this. This looks neat. This looks like when we do like the cinematic videos and stuff and have, 24 people actually in the training room sailing around in formations. So, yeah, I like that. That's hot. All right. And, of course, the Indiana is joining us in this update, which I very much want. And you're going to have to thank the Patreons because we are throwing the Patreon money at the Indiana when I get back from work today. All right, so Indiana joined. I thought that said Indiana Jones. Dad! Oh, Dad! Oh, Dad! What? Which, yeah, I'm probably going to use some of those clips for that review. But anyway, alongside Liberty Harbor, another centerpiece of the anniversary will be the arrival of Indiana, with her commemorative Navy 250 permanent camouflage. Starting in the second week of the update, she'll be available at the end of the themed sequential bundles, as well as in the Admiral Pack. Indiana can also be obtained for the Navy 250 premium containers without the Navy 250 permanent camo. Oh, so Wargaming, you're preventing me from throwing my wallet at the game until next week. Well, that's odd. I'd assume they'd want you to be able to throw your money at the event as soon as possible. But all right, I mean, okay, cool. Well, Patreon money gets to sit there for a little while before we throw it at the game. By the way, the Liberty Harbor event, it isn't, well, I mean, which makes sense. It isn't starting right when the update goes live. It's starting on October 8th, which of course is, I believe that is the week of the anniversary. No, it's not. The anniversary is on the 13th, so it's the week before the anniversary. Okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay, that's... Who am I? I just read the dev blogs and the update notes, but whatever. All right, so Indiana's coming. Great. Can't wait for that. Bridgeport, obviously free ship. I would encourage you to grind that out. Of course, we don't know how good the Bridgeport is just yet, but free tier 8 premium is a free tier 8 premium, so yeah, I would definitely go for that. And we'll look at getting her to review for you guys in advance. All right. Next big thing for this update is the Lushun B Dockyard. Now, we talked about this in yesterday's video, so I won't spend too much time here. Lushun, good ship. If you missed it, great opportunity to get her back again. Some yesterday were saying they're pretty upset that they're recycling a dockyard ship. I mean, like, people have crazy work schedules, so it's not really fair to them that they couldn't be playing, with enough time to grind their way through a dockyard back in the day, or that maybe they weren't even around to buy the ship outright back in the day. So I think it's good that Wargaming's bringing them back for this update. So if you do want the Lushun B, there are 35 phases of construction. You can grind through 30 of them by just, playing the game, but you must purchase 5 phases. You can get a starter bundle for 5,000 doubloons, which will save you about 1,750 doubloons overall, which, that and playing the game will get you a tier 10 premium ship on top of all of the goodies that come with the dockyard. Lushun B, exactly the same as the Lushun, except it's got a really cool black camo. I really do like the camo that they got with her this year. But yeah, if you want a more in-depth look at the Lushun and such, check out yesterday's video if you're considering picking her up. And this is going live today, so this launches with the update as well. Alright, so it's also German Unity Day, which they are celebrating with a thematic event pass. So the event pass this round is themed around Germany. I guess, they can give them that during the Navy's 250th anniversary. So they note, on October 3rd, Germany celebrates its reunification day on this day in 1990. East and West Germany, having been divided for decades, united as one country once again. To mark this significant date, we prepared an event pass filled with German-themed content. The second progression line also offers some Halloween items. Among the highlights of the first progression line are Commander Goldils, the black, red, gold perma camo, and the Iron Cross perma camo for the Schultz. The Iron Cross perma camos always look... They are great. If you are a fan of German ships, I would highly recommend picking them up. Unlocking the second progression line for 2,500 doubloons will immediately grant you Commander Delphius Oracle as a bonus reward. After that, each level on both lines can be completed via dedicated combat missions or for 750 doubloons each. Further down the line, you'll find rewards like the Infernal Perma Camo for Tier 8 ships, German battleship Prince Eitel Friedrich, and the Infernal Perma Camouflage for Tier 10 ships, which is the final reward. The PEF, I like the PEF. I know it's not really a overly hot ship by most players' standards, but I do really like the PEF. She was pretty divisive when she came out. People thought she was terrible. People thought she was great. I thought she was pretty good. So yeah, if you're interested in picking her and some other goodies up for $10 redos, you can go through the second progression line for that. Of course, early access to the German cruisers continues with this update, and at the end of the month, on October 29th, of course, when the next update drops, the German cruisers will be available to grind out as normal, and I can finally get my Ad Albert and see what that absolute absurdity is like. Okay, also too, in 14.9, we're getting the update to the battle chat. This is where we can customize how we want chat to display itself and all that jazz. So that's pretty cool. You can add the ship names next to the players' names and all that jazz. Some good quality of life stuff that's been needed for quite some time now. So go to Wargaming for getting that across finally. Also, too, the 10th anniversary event is continuing, so you can, of course, keep playing the game, getting your daily rewards, and cashing them in for doubloons or still. And, of course, the GQ Johnny event is still going on. We've got till, I believe, the end of the year in order to get all of that done. Yeah, it ends December 31st, so you've got from now until December to get your free doubloons and still and your GQ Johnny. Alright, for the Armory, do have some Armory updates. One pretty big one is that Ocean is being released in the Armory for 62,000 research points. That's a lot. Ocean is the Colossus clone. Well, let me just read you Wargaming's description here. Ocean is a Colossus class light aircraft carrier that was laid down in the UK during World War II. She entered service in August 1945, too late to participate in the conflict, and was used for testing purposes, including the first jet aircraft takeoff and landing on a carrier. In the 1950s, Ocean saw her share of action as she participated in the Korean War and Suez Crisis before being placed in reserve in 1958 and scrapped 4 years later. Ocean comes with jets as her attack aircraft and bombers. These planes boast high speed, but they are not very maneuverable. Both squadrons are equipped with a smoke curtain generator consumable that you can use to help your teammates or hide your own maneuvers. However, these squadrons have a small number of aircraft on deck, long preparation time, and small HP pools, meaning that you have to use them for quick surgical strikes. In contrast, our torpedo bomber squadrons has a large number of attack aircraft that prepare quickly and have large HP pools. This squadron also comes with additional charges for their engine cooling, patrol fighters, and repair consumables. The ship has a small HP pool, weak armor, no secondary armament, and her speed leaves much to be desired. To survive battles, her captains will need to rely on her good concealment and position her with great care. Yeah, Ocean, Ocean, cool and all, considering, again, first aircraft carrier that jets took off and landed on, that's neat that ship's in game. I'm always glad when historical ships like that do find their way into the game. Understandably so, it's going to be a little frustrating that, we've got a tier 10 tier 10 ship with jets now, which is pretty wild. But, if you've ever, shot at a Colossus, they just kind of explode. So, yeah, the second high-tier battleship sees Ocean, if, that captain's got any decent amount of aim, because this thing is not fast at all and basically has no armor by tier 10 standards, it's going to get absolutely dumped on. So I think that kind of balances out the fact that she does have jets, because unlike, a lot of other carriers, when they do get spotted, people will drop what they do and, take a couple of pot shots at it, but they tend to, they may lose a third or half of their HP, then they disappear, you never see them for the rest of the match. The Ocean's probably going to just explode with a single well-placed salvo, so I think that kind of balances it out, so alright. Also in the Armory, the defense is being added for Cole. The defense is the tier 10 British heavy cruiser? Yeah, I guess heavy. She's got 14-inch guns. She's a really good ship. She is an epic ship, though, so she does cost 415,000 coal. That's a lot. But I like her. If you like, really accurate guns. If you like the Siegfried, battleship caliber guns on, cruisers, you'll probably like the defense. The defense is nowhere near as tanky as the Siegfried, though. But accurate 14-inch guns, great ship. Is it worth 415,000 coal? Well, you can use the coupon to get that down a little bit lower. And you can go check out my defense video here to see if you maybe want to pick her up when she does get added to the Armory, which is today. So some other highlights being added into the Armory in this round of rotations, because apparently it's time for that. Of course, the Navarre is coming back. That's a fantastic Tier 9 Soviet secondary brawling battleship. Love my Navarre. And the Seal is returning to the game as well, which I missed that when I was going over the announcement for this back in the day. So, yeah, but I haven't played the Seal. I've seen it pop up every now and then. It's a little nutty from what I remember, but that was, back when it was first released. I can vouch for the Navarre, though. Great ship. I would recommend picking her up if you are a fan of secondary brawlers. So guys, I believe that is it for, that's it for the highlights for this update. Alright, so, Libertyport, I would definitely, take part in that. Get you your free Tier 8 Premium ship, your Bridgeport. We'll try to get that as fast as we can to try it out for you guys. Indiana's coming. Looking forward to that. That thing looks pretty crazy. And, of course, you're getting another South Dakota in the game is great. Lushun B Dockyard, definitely check it out if you like Gunboat Destroyer gameplay and all that jazz. So looking like it's going to be a pretty good update. And keep in mind, we got all the 10th anniversary stuff going on top of that, in addition to all this new stuff that's coming this update. So I am looking forward to getting home from work and checking out this update. So let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you're excited for this update, or if you're just kind of about the whole thing. Let us know what you're looking forward to and what you are going after in the updates down below. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. All of that jazz helps out tremendously so on the YouTube side of things. Hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday and wonderful rest of your week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.